What's up, YouTube? I just drove around PCH for a little bit. Really had nothing to do. It's a Tuesday night, and now I'm just sitting here overlooking Newport Beach, like harbor, I guess you would call it. Yeah, I didn't really see any cars. Just went down to watch the sunset. Oh, recently I tried to get a new car. Right now I have a 1995 Honda Civic Coupe. It's the EX model. I tried to buy a 2010 BMW 335i manual transmission. Had 73k miles on it, and what else did I have? It was space gray, black interior. I forget what the trim was, but it was pretty much like a solid spec. It didn't have the M Tech or M Sport, whatever you want to call it, front and rear bumpers, but just had the regular stock ones, which I would eventually upgrade to the M Tech because I think it looks way better than the stock ones. But I had a pre-purchase inspection planned at a local shop here in Costa Mesa, and I arrived at the shop and I get a call from the seller because he was bringing it down from Thousand Oaks, like up north of LA. He was all frantic and he was like, the car just got into a crash, and I was like, oh god, like I hope it's not totaled or anything, or no one got hurt. And it wasn't too bad. It was just a bumper to bumper kind of thing. The front bumper was pretty messed up. The rear bumper had about 2 small scratches on it, no dents, but the front bumper was pretty messed up. The hood got buckled a little bit, but luckily none of the structural part of the car was touched, so it's pretty much just like bumper. Even the headlights were fine, surprisingly, not even a scratch on those. He's gonna have to go through insurance to get it figured out, so obviously I ended up not buying the car right then. But I told him that I'm still interested and to keep me in the loop with getting everything fixed, and he actually told me we might be able to get M Tech bumpers instead of just getting the replaced stock ones put on. It's kind of a minor setback because it'll be, you know, 3 or 4 more weeks until I get the car, and I was really ready to get into it because the Civic is just not doing it. As you can probably see, I stripped out the interior like a year ago or so because I thought it was really funny to do with my friends, and now I hate it. This car is super loud. It has $50 lowering springs off eBay. The car feels like it's on like wooden wheels with no suspension. Like the shocks don't absorb anything. It just bounces on the super low springs. I say the stock springs were about this high, or this long, and these ones were about here. So it dropped at 4 inches, but it's the stiffest thing ever, and it just sucks. Like it rattles your brain when you go over any small bump. So I'm very ready to get rid of this car, but I think the fact that the car got in a crash on its way down was maybe a little bit of a sign that I wasn't ready yet for it. I mean, I am going to finance the car, so I guess that just makes me in a better place financially in a month when I have more money saved up. I've been wanting to get this 335i for like a year now. I actually have a Google Docs an entire modification list, like of things that I'll do right away, things that I'll do down the line, like a turbo kit or something like that. I have a super extensive list, and I've probably watched about every single video there is. I've read a ton of forums on like E90 Post, Spool Street, all that stuff. I've just been super into it, and I'm ready for something that like I can be proud of. With this Civic, I got it from my uncle, and it was my first car, still is my first car, and I never really wanted to do too much to it because I wasn't really stoked on it. I mean, it's manual, it's kind of fun to rip around, it's like a little go-kart because it weighs like probably 2,300 pounds, but it has a stock 4-cylinder that probably makes about less than 100 wheel horsepower. They advertise it as 125 horsepower, but that's at the crank obviously, so I doubt it even makes 100 wheel horsepower. So it's slow, and that's what I'm so like over. That's one of the other things that I hate about this car. This thing is just not practical, at least for me. I want something fun that I can be proud of and modify for, you know, the next 5 years. I plan on having the BMW for a long time, as long as I can do all the maintenance and stuff like that. And yes, I know, I'm sure someone in the comments, if I get in the comments, will say that 335i's are money pits, and I'm sure they are, but I know they are. But I'm ready to spend the money on it, and I'm going to do all the required maintenance to keep it in top shape. So yeah, I guess you'll know when I get the BMW, because I'll be making a video on it. Obviously, I'll probably make a delivery video when I get it. I actually brought my camera the day that the crash happened, and I was all stoked to film it and super nervous. I set up that appointment like a week in advance, and that whole week I was super anxious. So it was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but I guess that's life. As Spencer said, you just gotta roll with the punches, even though that's like, it's not really a punch, it's like, it wasn't my car at the time. I didn't crash it, but I was just super excited for it, and it was unfortunate that happened, but luckily no one got hurt, and the car was totally fine. So it just needs some minor repairs. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Maybe I'll continue it tomorrow. I might be doing a photo shoot of Spencer's car. He just got a new wrap on his car. Tomorrow he's actually putting his new headlights on from Z-Works Headlights. If you're ever in the Orange County area, I highly recommend driving down PCH, Pacific Coast Highway. I've been here for about 2 months now, and I've only done it a couple times, and I kind of regret that. I should have done it a lot more than that. But it's super relaxing, even if you're in like just some normal SUV, or you're in like a 100 horsepower Honda like me. It's still fun to rip through gears and check out the cool cars, you know, look at nice houses. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you in the next